Holy sh! Hello guys, it's 326 Chains of Command Day 4 update. I currently focus on Blight farming because it is quite profitable in this stage. And I usually buy T13 to T16 Blighted map on market. And then I anoint with 2 tier oil and 1 crescent oil. Then I Q20 oak and vow it. Remember always to vow your map. Because only the mod map it could drop the 10 tier oil, which is one of our main income. Okay, so let me have a showcase. In this stage, with a level 93 character, I can almost no tower AFK in a rare Blighted map. Okay, because this map is an A mod, so usually I will still build like 2 towers at the beginning, and that's enough. Okay. So to achieve this stage, basically today I made some update, because our original plan is to use Warnido's Wall to gain us more damage. Damage is very important because many people are asking their AFK will fail, their character will die. The main reason is because they need more damage. The higher damage you have, the enemies they will always die off screen, so you will be pretty safe. Our goal is to find additional damage to compensate the loss of Warnido's Vow. The price of Warnido now is too stupid. 50 div is even more expensive than Voidforge, so I prefer not to buy it and find another way to compensate the 30% more damage back. Okay, so the first change today, I craft a glove. You can use Essence of Fear to craft a minion damage glove in the fix. And then you also can use Series currency to craft the implicit minion increased damage. So this glove totally gives me 45% increased minion damage. That is 6% more damage in POE. And the second update is I buy a decent ring. In our ring, we will try to find as much as minion damage and minion attack speed, and also the minion movement speed. You can also try to craft this by using Essence of Fear, the same essence just like our glove. If you roll that essence on the ring, then you will guarantee to get a minion increased movement speed. Movement speed is important because you can see our weapons, they have to walk around and try to find the enemies. If their movement speed is low, then actually it will reduce the time they can deal damage to the enemy. So your character will be more danger. So you should always have minion increased movement speed on your ring. And next is try to use Gens Cutter to quality 20 all your support gens on Chains of Command. Each support gen with quality 20 will get 1.5% more damage. So if we apply quality 20 to all of 6 support gen, then you will get about 10% more damage. So with the support gen provide us 10%, and the ring, this ring provide us 11% more damage, and the glove is about 6 to 7%. We actually already take back maybe like 20-ish% damage compared to Warnido's Vow. So that is already enough for us to reach the no tower AFK stage. So okay, so the Blight is done. Okay, so that's basically the update I do so far. And remember, you should also have a decent weapon. Try to push as high damage as possible, and also the shield. My shield is not really good, so my next step will try to upgrade this shield. Oh, I forget. There is also one thing you can increase the damage is to replace the Surfer Flask to Bottled Faith. The Bottled Faith can create a bigger concentrated ground, almost full screen, and enemies on the concentrated ground will take 10% more damage. So that is also a great source to get more damage and make the Chaos version AFK more stable. The unstable issue is usually caused by lacking of DPS, because we always corrupt our map, right? So sometimes we get some very ugly mod combination, make those mod become very hard to kill. So the higher DPS you have, it will make you more stable on every corrupted map. Okay, I think this should be the final stage for the Chaos version. For the next version, will be very expensive because we already reached the end of the Chaos version. So the next upgrade will be Voidforge to transform to an elemental damage version, and that will cost maybe 50 divine each. So just to save money and prepare for it. And the next upgrade will be Needle's Vow. Usually this amulet is not many people will use it. Price now is just so stupid. It's now worth 50 divine. So I prefer to wait. Usually the price in other league is just maybe like 9 divine. Okay, so I think for the chaos version, Chains of Command, we currently cost like 20-ish divine, and we can achieve pretty well red map Blight AFK. I think that meets my original expectation. And the greatest thing is we no longer need the Needle's Vow. We just to push our rare items to get back those damage. Then that should be good. Okay, so the next part will be prepare to upgrade to the Void Forge. That will allow us to enter the Blight Revenge map. After farming so many Blighted map, I finally can afford Void Forge today. And don't have it too early to put it to your AG. There are some steps you have to do before you get it to your AG. So first, you should check the attack speed is 8%, because this is global attack speed, so the 5% to 8% is actually 3% more damage. I think you already spent so much money to get a Void Forge. You should use the best setting. And land is to Q20 for it. And next, very important, you should use Tempering Orb to give an enchantment to your Void Forge. We are looking for 8% to 15% physical extension. Okay, we hit it. You can see there was an original have against 300% of weapon physical damage as extra damage of a random element. This can be extended by the explicit physical modifier magnitude. So now it turns to 756. This is actually makes 8% more damage compared without this enchantment. There is an even stronger enchantment is 15%, but the chance is really low. You may cost about 100 Tempering Orb to hit that one, and this is not cheap now, so only do it when you get very rich afterward. Okay, so we are now ready to give this weapon to our AG. So next part will be what our support gen should change. We will drop Wearing Touch and Chaos Damage support because we are no longer play Chaos version, we are changed to Elemental Damage version. And in replacement is the Awaken Melee Physical Damage support and Elemental Damage with Attack support. The Melee Physical Damage, if you use the level 5 Awaken version, your minion hit will apply immediately to the enemies, so that is additional 10% more damage boost. And for the Elemental Damage with Attack, you should also try to buy an Awaken version with level 5. Because now we are no longer in Chaos Damage, which means if map have reflection to Elemental Damage, then we will suicide. If you can afford Awaken Elemental Damage with level 5, then it will give reflection immune to our minions. So which means we can still do any map. Okay, and the rest 4 gens, they are the same with the previous Chaos version. Okay, then for the AG setup, after we transfer to Elemental version, we can keep the minion damage and the Feeding Frenzy. But the last support gen, we will turn to also use the Elemental Damage with Attack, the Awaken version. But if you will check the map mod before you run it, then you can also put whatever gen you want, maybe to keep the Elemental Army, to give more maximum receipt for your AG. That is also fine. And next is Ascendancy. We no longer need the Unnatural Strength for the Unholy Might because we already transferred to Elemental. Then we can turn to apply the Plug Bringer for more damage and some nearby defense. I think this Ascendancy is pretty good for the Blight AFK. But if you are more focused on mapping, then I will choose the Mistress of Sacrifice and to use the Bone Offering to provide more defense. Okay, so I think that's everything before we transfer to the Elemental version. So if you get those things ready to upgrade to Elemental version, I believe the damage will be tripled compared to Chaos version. So we can proceed to Blight Revenge farming. The profit will be doubled compared to the normal Blighted map. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the content for today. And I will be quite busy in next few days, so I may not have able to give more update until weekend. Okay, so my next video will be in the weekend. Hope you guys enjoy the Blight Farmer. See you then.